Good afternoon, Miss Isno and Buana with last to the number 089. Today I'm going to present the three branches of US government for the final project of British and American institution class. To ensure no single branch become too powerful and prevent abuse of power, the United States government divides authority into three separate branches: legislative, executive, and judicial branches. Each branch has distinct roles and responsibilities, but they also have the ability to limit and influence one another through a system known as checks and balance. These systems help maintain fairness, accountability, and constitutional order. The first branch is legislative branch. The legislative branch is responsible for drafting, creating, and passing laws that govern the country. This power is held by the Congress, which is a bicameral structure, meaning it is a government system with a legislature divided into two separate chambers of houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. For the structure, the first one is the Senate. It composed of 100 senators. Each state elects two senators regardless of the population size. The senators serve 6-year terms, allowing for stability and long term decision making. The second one is the House of Representatives, made up of 435 members, representation based on the population size of each state. The member of the House serve for 2-year terms, ensuring close accountability to voters. There are key differences between these two chambers. The House of Representatives reflects the population of each state and has more members with shorter terms, while the Senate gives equal representation to every state and has fewer members serving longer terms. Additionally, the House is responsible for originating revenue and tax bills, while the Senate has unique powers such as confirming presidential appointments and ratifying international treaties. There are some additional power from the legislative branch. They approve the federal budget and government spending. They also having the authority to declare war and holds the power to impeach the presidents and other federal officials. They also have the power to confirming or rejecting presidential nomination for cabinet members, federal judges, and Supreme Court justice. For the rule on check on other branches, they can override a presidential veto into two-thirds votes in both chambers. The Senate also plays a crucial role in checking the executive power by approving or rejecting appointments. For the second branch is the executive branch. The executive branch is responsible for enforcing and implementing the laws passed by the Congress. For the leadership, first, the president is the head of this branch and is elected for a 4-year term with the option to be re-elected once. The second one is the vice presidents, who supports the president and may assume the presidency if necessary. The vice president also presides over the U.S. Senate and breaks ties in Senate's vote. Then the last one is the cabinet, which consists of the heads of major executive departments such as defense, state, and treasury. Cabinet members are nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate. Their role is to advise the presidents and oversee federal agencies. There are some key presidential powers. First, they serve as commander in chief of the U.S. Armed Force. They direct U.S. foreign policy and relation with other countries. This branch also has the authority to sign bills into law or veto legislation from Congress. A presidential veto is the president's power to reject legislation passed by the Congress, preventing it from becoming law. And the executive also has the authority to issue executive orders to manage government operations. For the checks on other branches, they can veto congressional legislation and has power to nominate judges to federal judiciary, including the Supreme Court, subject to the Senate approval. And for the last branch is the judicial branch. The judicial branch interprets the law and ensures that laws and government action comply with the US Constitutions. There are two structures in the judicial branch. The first one is the Supreme Court, which is the highest court with the nine justice appointed for life by the presidents and confirmed by the Senate, meaning its decisions are not subject to further review by any other court, which are final and binding. The second one is federal courts, which is beneath the Supreme Court, that handle cases involving federal laws and constitutional issues and disputes between states or between residents of different states if the amount in controversy is over a certain threshold. They also handle cases including bankruptcy cases, crimes that violate federal laws, or crimes that involving international trades or issues with foreign country and their nationals. They also handle the disputes over patents, copyrights, and other intellectual property. There are some key judicial powers. The first one is the judicial review, which is the ability to declare laws or executive action unconstitutional and therefore invalid. The second one is resolve disputes between states or involving foreign diplomats. And they also protect civil rights and liberties by preventing laws that may infringe upon them. For the role in check and balance, the judicial branch limits both the legislative and executive branches by reviewing their laws and action to protect constitutional rights and principles. Together, these branches create a balanced system of government in which power is shared, limited, and monitored. Through check and balance, the US government protects democracy, prevents abuse of power, and upholds the constitutions. Thank you.